Alright, I'm going to change a few things that I said before. Monster Hunter Wilds is one of the most immersive action combat games that I ever played. And not just that, it actually runs better than I thought. Because before that, I was actually recording using OBS, and then it had such a huge impact on performance, which I wasn't actually realizing. But once I changed to the built-in NVIDIA recording, the frame rate just booming upwards. And one more thing, I was actually testing it on 2K, which everything we're going to see here is in 2K, not Full HD like I did before. Now, not all the recorded footage was actually recorded in 2K, by mistake, by the way. What you see here is recorded in 2K. Nonetheless, you can actually see the frame rates at the top. This is running FSR3 on ultra graphic setting in performance. Now, I'm also going to share with you some information about DLSS, which also, again, because now I'm recording using the built-in NVIDIA recorder, I got so much extra frame rate that I was able to play it even with DLSS with very good results. Now, I did have one issue when I tried to just run on my laptop and turn to DGPU, and then I saw what people are mentioning with the blurriness and the geometric issues, but it was just one thing. When I connected back everything and I start playing, it didn't return back. So basically this is definitely technical issues, but it's not related to the game performing very poorly. At least not based on my experience when I'm using scaling and also frame generation. Although the DLSS, because I'm running the 3070 Ti, it doesn't support frame generation, and still it works well. I'm going to share with you here. So of course I wanted to check it out in action with lots of effects and everything, and several monsters fighting. That's how it looks like. Just so you know, with the AMD you see ghosting, like you saw there. With the DLSS not existent, whether it's bothering me, not that much at all, to be honest. Hopefully this can be addressed in the final release. Look how beautiful it is. I'm feeling like I'm in a Star Wars movie. It's just crazy immersive. Now let's change to balance instead of performance. You see, the game is just absolutely stunning, and again, it was made to run fast. I mean, of course I played before lower frame rates, I tried different things. This is the way for me to enjoy the game. Alright, next we're going to move to DLSS, Ultra in Performance Upscaling mode. Keep in mind, I did play on 2K, but the recording was actually Full HD, so you might see some degradation in the quality when you see it on YouTube. Alright, keep in mind there's no frame generation here. This is why you're going to see dips even to the 30s. But again, it is playable, but I don't like the dips. You're going to see it here. Pay attention to the frame rates. You see, it was dipping there into the 30 when it was kind of lots of things going on, but overall it was okay. Now let's change to FSR with without frame generation. You can see the frame generation just makes all the difference in the world. And let's turn on frame generation. Again, an ultra in performance quality for the scaling.
Another monster's horning in.
Deep into the 50 there with the effect, but overall a significant difference. Yeah, so overall it runs very, very well, as you can see here. There are some situations where you can dip, but it rarely happens. Overall, very smooth. Now look how beautiful the game looks. I mean, just stunning. But with daylight you can actually see it better with the contrast of textures. It's a stunning game. Now notice the ghosting, there are some ghosting at certain situations, like here you can see it. Most of the time don't notice it, there are some situations where you notice it, whether it's a good sacrifice, if it persists in the final version of the game. Yeah, for me, yeah, definitely. I want to play this in these beautiful visuals and high frame rates. Here you're going to see it deep to the 40s, 46 something. But again, it's easily, it can be ignored, you know, you don't really pay attention to it. Again, there are two monsters fighting here with visual effects and everything on Ultra, running amazing. Alright, let's try now DLSS, so Ultra. Again, doesn't have frame generation. The thing is that, remember, you can reduce the quality, right? I'm testing things here on Ultra, soon we're gonna do some changes, but you know, so we can see the difference. But basically you can reduce it and get, of course, higher frame rates, and it still look good, especially on high. So Ultra DLSS on performance. This is, you can see, already below 60. Yeah, I know I don't know how to play. I will learn.
The monsters are fighting each other.
Now this is a good scene because there are two actually monsters fighting each other with effects and all the visual effects and atmospheric effects in the background. Now let's reduce it to high. And a medium. Now keeping on sometimes it's better to reset the game, go to the menu and get back to the game if you don't see, you know, if you see some issues. But then if you change the settings, you can see that I got those extra frames. But it's not huge, right? Now it just shows you that you can play it in DLSS and you can get some decent frame rates. You can further optimize, reducing of course the resolution, and go to maybe ultra performance, which I personally don't like because it just impaired the visual experience quite a bit for me. Alright, now we're going to change to low. And there we can get into the 60s even. You're going to see it here. So yeah, 2K running Ultra with DLSS and around the 60 frames per second. But again, on low settings, of course. So you can see that it's not really stable to stay above 60, and of course this is where frame generation, if you have for example the 40 series cards and frame generation, you're going to see a significant difference in frame rate. Alright, now let's go AMD FSR3 Ultra frame generation, and let's go Ultra performance. Let's see how it performs. It takes some time until it stabilizes. Basically, the difference is not huge, and therefore I realized that it's better. By the way, I saw some dips here, but I don't know, maybe because they start changing things. But overall, it's not worth it. It's better for me to go even for quality, balance, even quality, and still gonna enjoy these frame rates more or less. And for some reason, it actually performed poorly than even the higher scaling. Maybe because I'm changing a lot, not sure. Let's change to balanced. All right, frame generation, FSR3 Ultra. You can see it dips there into the 50s, even 40s there. Well, before that it actually performed better for me, so maybe there are some issues related to me actually just getting crazy with all the changes. But definitely playable here in balance. Alright, let's move to quality. By the way, this was recording in Full HD, but again, I'm playing it in 2K. FSR3 frame generation, right? Again, 2K, you can see here. Let's test it out.
The lightning has the map type. Might be able to
There was some dips there to the 30s, maybe just kind of stabilizing. It happens first and then it kind of goes back. So. So you can see that even on quality, I'm getting these kind of similar frame rates. So I told myself, well, I'm just going to go with quality if it plays like that. Although for me, I think the best choice would be probably performance. Now I'm going to show you again Ultra FSR3 in quality upscaling. Frame generation enabled, and you can see again how beautiful and smooth it works. So I think when I kind of play with it a lot, this is before, by the way, I think I kind of screw up the frame at some point, maybe I needed to reset. So this was before. when I play on quality, and it just ran beautifully because it just started from the menu and went back.
Hang on tight! Don't get shaken off!
So again, Ultra FSR3 frame generation in quality, and I'm punching the 90s here. But look again at the quality. The game is just so beautiful. When it works, it works. So yeah, I was actually skeptical if it can actually work well in 2K for me with the 3070 Ti, but hell yeah, it works. We got to the 100 there. And again, we're playing on quality. So you won't notice the artifacts that usually associated with scaling. I mean, in most parts, of course, there might be some here and there, but it looks super good. So yeah, just a bit more. This is performance Ultra FSR3 with frame generation. Lots of visual effects, everything going on, it still performs very well. Yes, overall, of course, minimize the things that actually affect performance for your computer, so you can run it high frame rates, because some of them can be quite significant. Even now I'm actually recording, but it's much less impact. And yeah, the game looks stunning. It works very well, by the way, so I actually was kind of more skeptical about the optimization, but no doubt that with current technologies, with frame generation, and even without frame generation, as you've seen, even just the scaling with DLSS, it works very well. And if this is on Ultra, and of course you can further reduce the resolution if you don't get the expected results, which some of you might do in order to get better frame rate. But when everything combined together, the visuals, the visual effects, the music, the beautiful texture and the animation of the monsters, the world itself, the scale of the monsters, the way they designed to move through different objects in the environment, it's just a stunning game. And this is not even in HDR yet, so this is just a mind-blowing beautiful game. Now I'm just going to mention that this is the beta, and from what we know, what I know from third parties that actually written about it, that Capcom is actually, the version that they're actually working on is improved than that on the beta. So we can expect improvements, even further improvements compared to what we see here. Let alone, of course, that they had a beta, so they get information and data so they can improve the game. So that's even further encouraging. The game is stunning, stunning, stunning. I just can't imagine, I'm just enjoying that so much. I don't remember the last time I was so immersed with such a beautiful game. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Consider subscribing, give this one a like if you find this one useful. I'll see you in the next video. If you have more information and insights to share, in the comment section below. Thank you.